first thing you have to talk about is Obsession.
Yes.
That is the greatest horror movie I've ever watched. I think personally.
Yep, that is, and it's interesting. We'll just see. It's like I want to go rewatch it, but I really don't.
I kind of want to rewatch it.
Well, and it's like I will say this. I think I've realized this in myself. I've hurt my experience with other movies, not eating any food beforehand, especially like bloody, gory, R-rated, or even just horror stuff.
Yeah,
because you already feel physically sick.
Yeah,
and then all this stuff makes it worse. So I think that was part of it. But that's the first horror movie I've been like scared.
Well, it's the first movie I've ever watched.
It's the first movie I've ever watched that I wanted to leave the theater.
I had the hairs standing up on the back of my neck. It was the part, spoiler warning, the part where she is like up in his face and they're at his place.
Okay.
And then she like backs up.
Yep.
I don't know what it was about that, but like I got goosebumps. And I was like, whoa, like I'm freaked out right now. And I mean, we go see horror movies.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've been watching a lot of horror movies recently, and
nothing does that. Like it's hard. Like
really
now
hard.
I know what like a top tier horror movie does.
Yes.
Like before that, I've just gone and like it's like, oh, okay, it's kind of freaky, maybe endings, whatever. But like that was legit.
Yeah. That movie was really scary.
And
it was it was just again, it was one of those movies where everything was good, right? The acting was great, the writing was good.
Yeah.
The writing was amazing. Well, really, it was simple, right? But it was really well done.
Oh, there's so much.
The directing killed it. Curry Barker is going to be.
He's gonna be special.
Yeah, he's already got 4 or 5 other movies.
Well, I'm excited for his Texas Chainsaw movie.
Yeah, he's already filmed another one. Like it's already in the can, and it's going to release next year, I think. And then he signed a deal for another horror movie with was it Blumhouse? I think. Yeah, and then Texas Chainsaw, obviously. I think he's signed to a comedy too, because his YouTube channel is really funny.
Well, he had good comedy in the horror movie too. I did like the whole concept. It just takes something so simple and makes it so interesting. I was like, man, and that girl is legit. She better get an Oscar nomination.
I don't think she's gonna get an Oscar nom, but she's
moly, that is amazing.
She's making bank out of this,
dude.
Though.
I mean, the back and forth, the different personalities, and something like I feel like I'd catch up more on when I watch the second time is when her real self comes out.
Yeah,
because I feel like at times when you're watching the first time, you're just like it's just crazy mind stuff, but like it's like her real self's in there. Yeah, and it's like when are those little moments where she comes out? And I think the parts where she like is like stabbing herself and stuff, like those are her real self.
I can see
because she's trying to like.
I think it depends on the scene,
but it could. I don't know.
I think certain scenes are, certain scenes aren't.
But
I would have to rewatch it. But it's like it is one of those things where it's like I want to rewatch it, but I've never felt more physically scared and sick in a movie theater ever.
Oh my! And it is just like and.
But also, I'm not gonna lie. I am early in my horror catch up phase.
Sure,
I did I did a crap ton of stuff this Halloween, and I'm gonna do that again. Yeah, 30-ish days of horror movies. Yeah. I try to do a day every day, but it doesn't work usually. Yeah. But I'm going to try to do that again, so that'll hopefully help. But yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
I feel like I can definitely have that same feeling with
the guy.
Like Saw is so different. It's just that's like torture porn.
Saw?
Saw and that kind of stuff.
Saw's not even worth the.
No,
the first one's good,
and it's kind of like most.
But then it just like it becomes like a parody of itself at some point. You know.
That's why I feel like most of the horror franchise I watch.
And it's not even like quality gore; it's just gore.
Yeah, exactly.
But dude, Obsession, like.
But that was like Obsession.
Holy smokes, man! And her just like in the shadows. And I was listening to some other people talk about it. It's like there's scenes where you don't even see her. Yeah, and you don't even have noise, and you're freaked out. Yeah, like it's crazy. Where she just like sits there with her smile. And he leaves out the duct taped door. He's like, "Nope, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get out." Leaves, comes back, and she's just like gross, been standing in the same spot for like 10 hours. That's so unnerving. That's how I felt. Like it wasn't like
unnerving's a really good.
Unnerving. Yeah. It was like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable watching this the entire time. I was so uncomfortable. I'm sitting there like watching like. Oh man, like what's
That's a good way of describing it.
Oh my gosh.
Is uncomfortable and unnerving.
It was so uncomfortable. And like
in the
good
little
way. Moments. In every like the best way possible.
Yeah.
Like if you think about like the restaurant scene early on.
Yep.
The party scene.
Yep.
All of those are just like, oh my! I just feel so weird. And I mean, dude, and I knew when he was going to meet.
Oh yeah,
the other girl.
The question is when is she gonna die?
I'm like,
and how?
Well, she's dead. Like this is. I thought that was actually gonna be the climax. I thought it was gonna be a little bit longer, and I thought like more was gonna happen with just that. I didn't expect like for that to happen, and then they come back to the apartment, cover up the murder, and more happen. I wasn't even expecting that, but oh my gosh! And then like they're talking, it's like a real conversation, and just. Boom through the window, boom, 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 boom on the brick. I'm like, whoa, oh my gosh. But something that I think what makes it like another level, two things that make it a whole nother level for me are one, the scene where he's trying to leave.
Yep.
And then her real self talks to him.
That was her real self?
Yeah, because that's what she was saying, like while she was sleeping, she was like,
okay.
Like she's asleep. This is me.
Oh, that scene. Okay.
And then
the sleep.
She's like, kill me, me. Like, and end this, whatever she's in. Like, and he's like that part. I was like, whoa.
Well, he was the villain.
He's the bad dude, man.
Which is that's the cool thing about it.
And that's the other like the part two for me. There is like the layers of that character.
And that's what it was, right? That movie wouldn't have worked if they didn't commit to him being the villain. If they would have stuck with the trope and be like, he's a good guy. He's just stuck this way. It's like, no.
Yeah.
You did this, you fucker.
Right.
You did this.
It is.
And then he just was, there's that one scene where it's like, I think everyone says this. It's a scene of like, I can't remember. It's like they basically go back home and they have sex out of nowhere.
And she is like
fully just laying
not
there. And you can, and that's the point you can tell, like that's the official turning point where it becomes complicated, right? Where he goes from, okay, maybe this.
He doesn't like,
he knows what's happening. He doesn't,
and he's taking advantage of it.
He does not care,
and it's just like, and he's so twisted. Like, he's finally kind of getting what he wanted.
Yeah,
and he just every chance he gets to right his wrong in some way.
Yep,
he always chooses the wrong way, and I think his ending is as perfect as it needs to be. Like his the ending where he is going to kill himself and end it because it's just gone too far.
And
he chickens out from shooting himself. And then
he takes the pills and then chickens out again.
And then he takes pills and chickens out again, but then because she did a one-wish willow, he doesn't get out of it.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, so he brought the one-wish willow.
I didn't see her take
and then you hear it in the background when he first goes to try to make himself throw up, and you hear the noise.
Oh, okay.
So then he gets possessed because she wishes for him to be in love with her.
Interesting.
And so then he stops himself, and he's like all, happy.
Interesting.
Comes out, okay. And then they're together, happy, and then he dies.
Interesting. Okay.
And then like that whole end where she's like. Yeah. Possessed there, and now she's back, and it's just like, oh my gosh, what is it? Freaking out. And I mean, it's horror movies don't get endings good very often, and that was that's a good ending. That's pretty true. That is a good. I mean, that is a satisfying ending. Mm-hmm. I am after watching. I'm like, that was a complete story. That was really, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. After watching that, I was like, whoa, that's changed horror for me.
Oh, it did. It's changed the industry. That's the thing that's crazy about between that and Backrooms. I mean, it was all over you watched any of the channels who cover box office and stuff, but it very much, those two movies officially signal to Hollywood that like,
hey, you don't need to spend a bunch.
Well, it's that, and it's the whole Gen Z filmmaker thing, right?
Yeah, young filmmakers.
Like looking back on it, because I was watching some people talk about it. I think I remember what his name is. I can look it up. It was one of the big guys. They were talking about how Hollywood will take this as a trend and try to seek out other Gen Z filmmakers. But they're like, yeah, that's how we got Kevin Smith and Steven Spielberg in the past. Is some guy made a fun movie that blew up.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to find a bunch of other young filmmakers.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith did his thing. He was that guy with Clerks. Same thing with Steven Spielberg, right? This is the first movie. I look at the actual stat, but everyone's talking about it's like the first movie since like the 70s, like the E.T. that has made more money. That made more money its second and third weekend than it did first. And it was like
I saw it like week 4.
Yeah, and it's like exactly. It literally made a good amount of money the first weekend, and then doubled that the second weekend, and doubled it again the third weekend. And it was the first movie. There was like I think 5 of all time that have ever done this, and it was like E.T., The Matrix, and I'm like, damn, okay. So this movie is good. It didn't make as much money as those movies probably, but like it's Curry Barker's gonna be a thing.
Oh yeah, I mean it is so.
And I'm like, hey, we got a new.
It was different level, man. I watching that and I'm like, wow, this is a special movie.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's interesting too because the big trend you see nowadays is you look at how horror movies are the new hit genre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comic movies are still a thing. Obviously, we're all comic book fans, and Star Wars is dead, sadly.
Yeah,
but. For what it was the Western, then it became the action movie, and then whatever it was throughout whatever
sci-fi
somewhere between the 60s and 80s. I'd have to look up the specifics. I probably could, but every generation has their genre, right? For ours, growing up in high school, it was comic book
movies,
and then nowadays, like everything, they become too oversaturated, and a new genre takes over, and it's very much horror, right?
Yeah.
Like the prestige horror is what is the big thing right now.
Yeah.
You look at all the big names in horror. People go out to see Robert Eggers. People go out to see Ryan Coogler with Sinners. This movie now, Five Nights at Freddy's. The big new movies are all just these random horror franchises.
Right. Well, and all these YouTubers that's like the avenue they're pursuing.
And I think that's what it is interesting, like looking at it, because growing up on YouTube, right, the big things that have always popped off, and I think part of this is probably with how the algorithm works, but are horror stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the ghost hunting people that was a thing on TV, but it is everywhere on YouTube. With the horror video games is everything.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that the younger generations, and I think we're technically Gen Z.
Yeah.
But the people who are currently in high school, how all of their they're super into like indie horror.
Yeah.
Creepypasta stuff.
Because a lot of high schoolers aren't going to theaters unless it's something more particular. It's like horror hits that more particular.
Well, it Obsession in Backrooms showed that.
Yeah.
It was the first movie. Well, Backrooms was the first movie in a long time to have 70% of the audience be that age.
Yeah.
And they were like, we can't reach these guys. And it's like, well, maybe what if we just hire somebody who's that age to make something with a franchise that those ages are interested in?
Yeah.
And maybe they'll come out to theaters.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
Right. But yeah, Obsession was legit.
Yeah.
It was one of the best movies I've watched in a long time. I was blown away.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I just watched Long Legs.
Okay.
I checked that. I was like, I want to watch a thriller because I watched Disclosure Day, which I can talk like a little bit about. And I wanted more from that. Like it was a thriller, but it really wasn't a thriller. And I'm like, I want a thriller. So I watched Long Legs. And then going from that to this, like Long Legs was entertaining and good. But this was like, this is way better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good. So, Spider-Man, Noir.
Yep. I mean, hey, there's some horror stuff in that show.
Dude, that got creepy. It had a lot of different genres in it.
Yeah.
So,
that show was...
I'm assuming you watched it in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I watched one. I think if I remember correctly, I did the first episode in black and white, the second one in color, and then the rest in black and white. Because I was just curious what it looked like.
Right.
But yeah, it was made for black and white, right? But yeah, that show had no right being that good, and I'm glad.
I love Nicolas Cage.
Well, I'm just glad Sony's finally figured it out. It's like, just give Lord and Miller the keys.
Well, and
they're making a fucking Spider-Punk TV show with the same creators. And why not?
Spider-Man's so much more than just Peter Parker.
Yeah,
he
is.
So they can take advantage of that big time. Nicolas Cage was so good in it, though.
It was written for him, right?
Yeah.
It's like he basically created the role for himself with Spider-Verse, and just like, let's keep doing this.
And the villain. I mean, it doesn't like the villains are not like crazy.
No,
but it's like
but it works.
It's a street level.
It fits
mobster.
Yeah, the story was the mystery was really good.
The mystery stuff's my favorite part of
it. The writing was really good. The superhero stuff was honestly the Spider-Man fights were impressive.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell that it's probably. I don't imagine it had a mammo budget.
Oh no,
you can definitely tell that.
But
like
for an Amazon show, I mean,
right? Like, and I'm like, it's a great time, dude.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage was great. I really liked Robbie Robertson.
Yep.
He was a really good side character.
Yeah.
And then the villains they chose to use were good.
Yeah, the villains were all done. The origin was cliche but interesting.
The origin was interesting.
Yeah, like it was different.
The origin episode where you see the freaking spider.
He gets bit by a man.
Dude, that was freaky, man.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's the idea that his powers aren't killing him, not because he was bit by a radioactive spider, but because he was bit by man spider.
Yeah.
And there's a degree of separation, which is why he's not dying.
Yeah.
Is interesting.
What else was good about that?
I mean, everything was good about this.
The
visuals were excellent. The writing was excellent.
And it nailed the
music took me out a little bit when they didn't do the still in frame. Okay.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure it's still going.
It's all good. The only thing that took me out of it was when they did modern music, because it took me out of the vibe a little bit. But I understand why. Like, I couldn't watch I watched the intro once and I couldn't watch it again.
No, yeah,
the intro was pretty bad. Everything else was visually, it was amazing.
Right.
Musically, it took me out of it.
Well, and I think
everything else.
I think my favorite parts of it, the middle and the end.
Yes.
I feel like in the middle, I was like a little lulled. Like, I was like ready for it to like go. But the thing is, I can't even remember when certain things happened necessarily. But like, it really started off strong for me because just that mystery element.
Well, yeah,
so good
because the first third of it's the big mystery.
Yeah,
set up the world. Here's the mystery. The second third of it's his origin stuff with the Doctor.
Yeah,
and the third origin is Spider-Man action. Right.
Yeah,
and it works like a comic book. Right. It's a TV show.
Yeah, you're definitely right on that.
And that's the thing people have pointed. I think again, Coy John Rose, the ultimate comic book nerd.
Yeah,
but he pointed this out as like that's a 6-issue miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, not everything is framed like comics, right? But everything can be. Like either a movie is. For it, whatever, but this is very clearly there's like 3 different story arcs, each is a two-parter, it's more, I think it was like 10 episodes, but it's like, here's the mystery. Okay, well, they get shot, cool, they're working for Silvermate now it's the origin section, it's written by a different guy, now it's the final section, it's drawn by a different guy, and they obviously the show, they're all cohesive, but visually they have such different tones.
Yeah,
it works. It keeps you interested because there's not, because like mysteries can get old, right? So if they're not written well enough, or if a lot of times they're written well enough, but they go too long.
Yeah, it definitely didn't.
That show didn't. That show knew when the mystery was no longer interesting and moved on to something different. It was good in that front.
What else? His suit looks great.
Yep,
he looks awesome in it. And like he just brings out such a perfect balance in that character of funny, but like serious.
Yes.
It just worked really good.
Yeah.
I had a great time watching it.
Here's a question that I can't remember who asked on one of the other videos. Do you think that show would work if Nicolas Cage was not cast? Obviously, it was written for Nicolas Cage. But do you?
I think so, but they would have had to do a good job of casting it.
Yeah, it would have to be. I feel like a lot of the improv scenes would have to be written differently.
Well, and
but the majority of it, I think, would work.
Yeah. Well, when I listen to Nicolas Cage talk about something, like how much inspiration he took from like older films, and like he just had all the tools. I feel like, and the care and the dedication into the project that elevated the character even more.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I feel like it wouldn't have been.
But that was a great miniseries show. I don't think it really needs a season 2 or anything.
I don't think it needs it. I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
It was good enough that I think it deserves one. But I don't think it will get one. I do know, again, I don't know, at least this is what everyone on YouTube was saying. I don't know if it's still happening, but because this was produced by Lord and Miller, right? The Spider-Verse people. Mm-hmm. They're doing more of these. They're supposedly making a Spider-Gwen TV show with Haley Steinfeld. And they're Daniel Kaluuya is supposedly writing a Spider-Punk version of this.
Just like growing the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, just like an Amazon miniseries, 10 episode, whatever. Just Spider-Punk, let's commit to the visuals.
Now,
and go crazy.
I'm assuming that this Spider-Man Noir is our live action version that we just watched is is supposed to be the animated version we saw in
unclear
stuff?
It's okay. So in the movies he's called Peter Parker, right?
Our version is?
Yes.
Yeah, but he's Ben Reilly in this.
But and that's a legal thing. Apparently there's something with the Spider-Man contracts that you're not allowed to use the term Peter Parker in a live action TV show.
Okay.
Just like how they couldn't use Hulk's name, they called him something else. But they can do Ben Reilly or whatever, it's just not Peter Parker. I don't know how it applies to Miles. But there's that line where they're talking about his origins saying he changed his name to Ben Reilly, which that's what Ben Reilly is in the comics.
Okay.
Apparently Ben Reilly, again, internet roast me in the comments if I'm wrong. This is me remembering a random fact from a YouTube video. But supposedly, if I remember correctly, Ben Reilly was the pseudonym for Peter Parker when he was on the run because his first name is Uncle Ben and Riley is Aunt May's maiden name.
Oh, okay.
So the idea is that's his if he did change his name from Peter Parker,
alter ego.
Yeah, it's like if he was Peter Parker and in the multiverse, but he's trying to he changed his name to Ben Reilly, that would line up with the comics with what that character is.
Yeah.
At least one of the versions of the character.
Something I do thinking about the show.
I think he probably got cloned or something at some point.
Something that would have been really cool is that I feel like they didn't dive much into what happened with his wife or long time. That would have been I would have liked to learn more about that, I think.
Yeah. I think there's lots of story potential for a season 2.
Yeah.
It's just we'll see. It's getting I don't know how much views it had. I know everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It's rated crazy high. But no one watched the Punisher special. Or Daredevil is no one's watching either, and everyone loved that. So
yeah, and it has to be that's the thing is TV shows and miniseries. It just doesn't draw. Depending on what it is, I don't know. It doesn't always draw.
And this is a comic book thing too. It's trying to figure out. It does seem like with comic book stuff, non-Marvel, non-DC, and I count this as non-Marvel, as in
mainstream alter.
Yes, something different, like The Boys or Invincible, or where it's comic book stuff, but DC seems to be doing it, but because the Marvel fatigue is real.
Yeah.
This not being on Disney Plus, I think, helped it a lot too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. The 3 movies, I guess that I've seen that you haven't seen at this point: Toy Story 5, Disclosure Day, Masters of the Universe. Yep. I'll start with Toy Story 5 because I just saw that. It's fresh in my mind. I think throughout it, I was like, okay, this is interesting. I'm intrigued. I like the message, and then the end's really effective.
Interesting. Okay.
So for me, it's still Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are the superior ones, but this works way better
than 4 did.
Okay. This feels like 1, 2, and 3 a little bit more.
Okay.
And so I guess I didn't look into it too much before I looked up. It's Jesse's the main character.
Oh, interesting.
It's Jesse's it's all about Jesse.
That makes sense. That explains why Taylor Swift is
it is, and I watch this it works for anybody, but I think it's actually almost more I think it's almost a girl movie.
I could
anybody,
see that.
but I think girls would really like this.
I was seeing something about I was seeing something about today how they're obviously they're going to make a 6th one because cash grab, but how the writer of these last few movies is approaching this this is the Bonnie trilogy.
Yeah,
and if Jesse's the main character, which I guess kind of makes sense. Bo Peep was kind of a big thing in the 4th one. It's not surprising.
But I like Jessie, so she.
She's there's a reason she's.
And I tell you what, I do like the message they're telling because it shows it's iPad versus toys, and they make it clear. It's kind of infuriating, not in a bad way watching the movie, but I was watching it kind of annoyed at the parents because I'm man, you guys suck. But it's literally so many parents just give their kids an iPad and just say, go. Yep. And it's oh, you parents are so dumb.
And it's
but they are all that way. It felt like it was sending a message to parents. And I also thought there was times where I'm I feel like this movie's trying to tell kids what playing looks like.
Oh, 100%.
Because they were there was a
scene
in it where it was so what's playing? some of the toys don't know what plane is, right? And so like they do like describe and you find like they show
they're like
plane,
what's imagination?
And it's like I think they're like trying to tell kids right now like, hey, this is what plane looks like.
I could see that.
It kind of felt like that. Now I'm sure plenty of kids know what plane is, but it kind of felt like they were trying to lay it out more than they were really slapping it on, like making sure you knew what plane was in this versus like the other ones where it's like
modern generations, like you said, the iPad kid generation. We're going to look at some point in time, we're going to look back on that generation and realize how bad it was for your brain.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
And they nailed the...
Well, if I remember correctly, I can't remember. Again, it's like people have said the dopamine hit is as addictive as cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's probably not a good thing.
They pretty much nail like the eyes glazed over.
Yep.
iPad, yes. Like they nail that. And it is a compelling like story.
Yeah, that's good.
For the most part, like, but yeah, I mean, without like diving into it any farther than that. But it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
And I think it is rewatchable too. I actually think for me it would be better rewatching it.
Is it worth seeing in the theaters or waiting till Disney?
I don't think well, like when I think of like a theater movie, I think of like something that's more spectacle and like adds to the experience. I don't think it's any different.
Okay.
If you watch it in theater or not.
That's what I was thinking. That was my idea. Same with Scary Movie. As I was like, I wanted to see it, but I'm like, I will probably get the same after the opening weekend. Was obviously seeing with the crowd is different, but after that first day when there's no longer a crowd, is the difference in the theaters, which sucks because theaters are cool.
But it was good. I mean, I do have though. There's two things I could acknowledge while watching it. One reason that I wouldn't give it like a 9 or a 10 probably, though I think it's a good movie. It's just definitely not for. Like me as an audience go like because it's definitely I feel like it has a slightly more of a woman like a girl perspective, which is fine.
Nothing wrong with it.
But like for me, I just like it's not as connective for me as like a 24-year-old dude.
Yeah.
Where it's like this is a little less effective for me than it will be for like the actual intended audience.
That's funny.
But like it was still a ton of fun. And I enjoyed it. That's and like the story is good. And there's a couple of moments where it's like, ooh, wow, that was a great like deeper part of the storytelling there. Like I like that.
So Conan O'Brien, I've heard,
and he did good.
Is excellent.
Yep. Now he's like a potty. Help me learn how to potty
of course
toy.
He is.
Like a little like thing where you like click number 1 if you went number 1, that type of thing.
That's funny.
Now I will say this thing somehow connects to like Bluetooth and does like some crazy tech stuff. I'm like, I don't think like. It's not an iPad, but it's pretty. Like I'm like, how does this guy connecting to the whole interweb and sending messages? It's a potty, help me potty machine. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah, that's funny.
But so yeah, Toy Story 5 was good. Disclosure Day.
Yes.
Now this is the thing. I made a short. I talked about how like after leaving it, I was kind of like confused.
Okay.
Not by the story itself. Like I could follow the story, but I'm just kind of confused on like why. I guess But it's funny because I have a short of me saying like talking about how I'm just like confused. Like I left like, what?
Interesting.
Like that's kind of like how I felt leaving it. And dude, like people are like, there's either people that are like, yeah, I hated that movie, which I did not hate this movie.
Yeah, it seems to be a movie. If either people are on board with the twist or they hate it.
Well, and then there's some people left me comments. They were like, you just don't understand.
It's like, yeah, I don't. That's what I just said.
It's like I understood the story. I just don't like. It just felt like a weird theme. Yeah. Like there was a few themes they were going for, and I just thought they were kind of weird. Like the way I describe it, and you have to tell me when you watch it. Mm-hmm. But it's like it kind of felt like Steven Spielberg like knows something we don't about aliens.
I would not be.
And it makes me because it felt like it was like almost alien propaganda. Like where it's like this movie is doing its best to try to make you empathize with aliens, so that way we're ready. We are ready when they show up, so we can be empathized for them. That's how I describe it.
I could see it. I'd try not to believe in conspiracy theories, but it's hard.
Emily Blunt did really good though.
Yeah,
she did really good. I just it from the trailer you're like, ooh, aliens speaking weird languages. You just think that it's going to go like farther, but it's really not a movie about aliens at all. It's a movie about a whistleblower. It's a whistleblowing chase down movie. where you have the whistleblowers trying to get all this info out, and you've got it's not the government, it's like a sort of pseudo government agency or whatever that is like trying to take him down, and that's essentially what the
that makes more sense.
But I went into it really looking for the alien part, and it's definitely not. That's not the focus.
Okay.
But I would still say I think I gave it if I was to give it a number, it'd be a 6.
Okay.
For me, some people hate it, and I'm like, I don't think it was I was intrigued by the mystery.
I feel like everyone who says they hate shit is just doing it for the internet.
But I'm to me, if I'm gonna hate something, it has to be pretty darn bad.
I don't think I've hated anything in the last.
Yeah, I don't know. With the last thing I went to, and I was like, man, that was really, really, really bad.
But even if something's really bad, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Right? If there's bad movies, I've definitely watched bad movies that are oh, this is cringe.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate it. I was just oh, this is a bad movie. It wasn't worth my time.
Yeah, most of the time it just feels oh, it was a bad movie, below average, kind of disappointed or
disappointed. But it was that's the internet.
That's what I'd say. I do think people will leave the theater going disappointed. They're I hated it. It's you were just disappointed by it.
Yep.
I was disappointed by it, but I can acknowledge I was still intrigued, and I still thought the mystery was interesting. It's just you're talking about the controversial ending. It's not even really a controversial ending. It's just a
confusing.
It made you kind of go, that was kind of weird. For me, it was that was kind of weird, and the ending just wasn't it wasn't the punch that you kind of were expecting as the movie progressed, because it was so mysterious the whole time.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I did have it was a lot it was still interesting, and aliens are still interesting. But Spielberg's last movie, oh, here we go. It's kind of
oh, I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
Is this actually his last movie?
Well, I think that's what
I thought he said. I thought I heard he was making another one and just abandoned it. But I know it was supposed to be.
But it definitely because he's made a lot of alien stuff, and I haven't seen all of his other alien stuff.
Yeah.
But everybody says that stuff's here, and this is not to that level. But there's that, and then Master of the Universe. That was probably.
I heard it was fun.
It was a lot. It was fun. The jokes were funny for the most part.
It was
Jared Leto as Skeletor was actually pretty good.
Everyone's saying he was good.
I still miss cartoony Skeletor a little bit, but I can acknowledge that probably wouldn't work. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which it just sucks because everything I've heard about that movie, and I still plan on seeing it at some point, hopefully in the theaters.
Yeah.
If I can ever get myself to do it on Tuesday. But it's just it's a fun action movie.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, we've set the bar so high for movies. Fun action movies aren't worth our time anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone's it's a B+. It's a fun time at the movies. The action's fun.
Yeah.
The comedy hits most of the time. Cool. The visuals are great. Same thing with Mandalorian and Grogu, right? It's was it great? No. Was it bad? No.
It's a summer.
It's a summer fun movie.
Yep.
And it sucks that it doesn't make any money.
The thing is, you're only gonna bring people out now because people don't really go to the theater
unless it's a huge,
unless
huge
it's trendy.
Thing.
You know, it's a big trend. Ooh, Obsession. That's super trendy. But I had a ton of fun with it. Then now,
so I'm curious to see how that's gonna do in digital. I feel it's gonna blow up.
Yeah, it'll be a good digital movie, I bet. But I have an omnibus of He-Man.
Nice.
Where it tells really good stories. So it's I do watch it. I'm that's fun, and it's a funny movie, and the action's good, and the fighting's actually really good.
Yeah, I've heard the fights are great.
The fighting's really good. But I'm man, if it took itself a little more seriously, this one could be up here. And that's where I kind of felt I was watching a slightly better Thor Love and Thunder. It's somewhere between Thor Ragnarok, to me personally, is a perfect blend of action and comedy and emotion.
Yep.
It's one of my favorites. Thor Love and Thunder is it took the comedy and jokey part of that and just way too much. And this is a balance of that.
Okay.
But if it had a little bit more seriousness to it,
better
I think it would have been another level up. There's times when it doesn't let even the emotional scenes.
Yeah.
They're trying to be emotional, but then they
undercut it with a joke.
So it just does that. But it was cool. I mean, some of the action, I was oh dang, that was nice, man. That was some cool action.
Well, He-Man's such a weird property too.
It is. It's a goofy. It's naturally goofy.
Well, because it is, right? It's like it doesn't make it
just a guy that comes a super version.
It doesn't mean that it can't be really dark and interesting,
right? Because I've read those books, and it's
obviously like I mean, there's even Scooby Doo and what's the other one I'm thinking of? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like there's rated R comics of both of those. Like The Last Ronin was gonna have a movie and they're not, sadly, but. It's one of the most famous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics, and it's like, oh yeah, they're comic book turtles, but no, this is just a Ronin story.
I do think it's
take it completely seriously, and any sort of lore like that can work. It's just hard when the franchise is like specifically He-Man is built on toys and stupid 80s action comedy for like 10-year-olds.
Yeah,
don't be wrong. Like the lore and the fights look interesting and seem interesting. I can't say like it's not. You know, but at the same time, it's like, which audience, right? But the thing that I heard about that movie is people were like, couldn't decide if it wants to appeal to modern kids or like the adults who grew up with the show.
Yeah.
Pick one and stick it in its lane.
Yeah.
If it's going to be, the adults of the franchise, then maybe go a little harder, which is what they should have done.
Yeah. Well,
but they doled it down to try to make it a family movie. And it's like, no offense.
Yeah.
No one below the age of whatever it was, people who grew up in the 80s with that show, outside of that, no one cares about He-Man.
And this like us who just like love checking out whatever.
Yeah, it's like we are in that Venn diagram, right? Like even the thing is that you see this with Star Wars now too, though. That's the Star Wars is having the problem, right? Like we were calling Star Wars fan like old, and it's like, well, yeah, young people just don't give a shit about Star Wars,
right?
Some things, DC, Marvel are able to cross those generations.
Well, that's the thing
is
you've got to hit that younger audience, and
it's so hard.
And I think what Obsession can show us and those other movies is, high schoolers are not the same as they used to be.
No,
they're very
and not
different. In necessarily a good way. I wouldn't say they're very mature, but it takes a lot to like pique their interest. They see a lot. And like they experience a lot, whether that be good or bad.
Yes.
And so a kitty,
they grew up with the internet,
right? Like
we did, but not really.
Right, we weren't like that. And like a goofier movie just won't appeal to like these young kids because like what they need is like shocking, almost. You know, like that's why I think horror does so good.
Yes,
it's because it's so it's a mature
and the question is
shocking experience, and I think that's why it works.
I agree. I think that's why horror's popping off. But on that, I'm not going to get into too much. I'm just ranting right now.
Yeah.
But that pops in my head. I'm curious how much of that is the algorithm and the sensibility. I feel like obviously it's all the internet that did that, right?
Yeah.
But the reason it's popular now is because it was popular. Let's Players horror games are huge.
Yeah.
Every YouTuber is making a horror movie. The budget being cheap does help.
Yeah.
That's a large part of it. But like, even just like 10-year-olds being into Five Nights at Freddy's, I think again part of that's growing up on the internet, right? We kind of had like a phone and access to the internet like in high school. People nowadays, like you said, it goes back to the iPad kid thing. Parents just give an iPad to their kids at 3, and they're like, "Just internet raise you." And I'm like, "What do you think is going to happen? Have you seen the internet?"
They're very I don't even know what the word is.
If you dive down any rabbit hole, which is what it does intentionally.
Yeah.
These things go crazy. Yeah. You look at our the reason our politics are where they are is because of the internet. I can guarantee you a lot of the stuff that flies nowadays everywhere, politically, social media wise, whatever, it's normalized because of the internet, but it really is kind of crazy when you look back at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's these kids. Like that's why it's like high schoolers aren't going to go watch like a PG movie.
No, it has to be shocking.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be. There's different forms of shocking, but it has to be shocking of some kind.
All right, I think we should. I gotta check out this Spider-Man trailer.
Sure.
All right,
at least enough you can.
All right, here we go.
Out.
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Go.
All right, you can turn it up a little bit.
So this is the Spider-Man Scorpion fight.
Yeah.
This looks really cool. Man spider eyes. Scorpion suit looks dope.
What is happening to me? Did you miss me, Spider?
I feel like he's not going to be involved very much, but I hope he is.
I'm losing my mind.
I hope he's not part of just the montage.
I gotta fix whatever this is right now.
final semester at MIT.
And organic webbing, which makes sense why Hulk is in it.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
Exactly.
So could you get rid
And
of the bad
Spider-Man
aspects but
humor.
keep the good?
How would you decide what parts of nature are good or bad?
Sorry about that.
William Metzger, and that's, I don't know, the whole X-Men stuff is interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. I don't know.
I'm very curious how that's going to
We
go.
can't even see.
I don't know. I don't hate it. I feel like it'll grow. And then this stuff is cool. I'm glad they really could have just written these two guys out of the movie, and I'm glad they're still a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, see, you stumbled across my board. I'm not one of those weirdos, I swear.
He's a little weird. I'm MJ.
And Jean Grey doing the scary Jean thing,
Yo, Spider-Man.
and then doing the scary Jean thing to the big green guy,
I think I might go see how MJ's doing.
who may end up being Grey,
You're not gonna get away with this.
if the rumors are to be believed.
I didn't know you could get that big. But you're in danger. You just have to trust me.
Fine. This whole thing can get really scary.
Who the hell is that?
Who the hell are you?
Frank, please.
There's just so much in this sucker.
There's so much.
Who love you?
And I'm like,
Just gonna let him go by himself?
I don't.
I hope this is a 3-hour movie.
I don't think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I know, but
And obviously, like half of it's gonna be in a big montage at the beginning, I would guess, right? Like a bunch of the boomerang and
Let me see, mate.
all that stuff. But even still, like, how many main players you gonna have?
Huh. All right. Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm not in high school anymore. Oh. Did you stretch? You a big stretcher?
sweet, sweet, sweet.
It's a really good trailer. I mean,
But
but
so
yeah.
did you say Hulk is gray? Is that what you
So he's green in the trailer, but all the rumors are that he's going to be gray in this movie, like the
said?
comics.
Be gray Hulk.
Yeah, like, which is
Because I was wondering. I was going to talk to you about this. How, I wonder how they're going to explain that he's not Smart Hulk.
I think the way that I see it is that's Jean Grey taking over his mind.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is the reason it's going to.
Because I love how he looks, man. It's how Hulk should be looking.
Agreed.
And it just
Yeah,
looks
and
great.
I think that it's going to be some sort of genetic thing with like the Banner saying he got rid. He stopped doing what parts of nature are good or bad. You can't choose. Maybe he's going to commit. But what I see in that trailer is that, like everything else, Jean Grey, Sadie Sink, does mind control and either unlocks the Hulk or is fully mind controlling him.
Doing a little Loki action.
Doing some Loki action, which again, which I think, and it's like in theory, I think it makes all of sense, right?
Yeah.
Like thematically, having Spider-Man go through loneliness and rage, and then bring in Banner because Hulk obviously anger, Punisher, who's the human Hulk, who's pure rage embodied, and then throwing the X-Men in there. That's the part.
I mean, that's where.
That's the thing.
There's
I'm like,
just so much.
It's just so much.
Like,
I'm not saying
man, I hope they do it all well.
It's like I'm not saying that it can't work, because I can map out a story in which it works amazing. It's just like it does feel like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also curious how much of it's going to be the big montage in the beginning, right? Because this is like 5 or 6 years after the last movie.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, they say in this trailer that MJ and Ned are graduating, so they've been in college for 4 years already.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
I can almost guarantee you they're going to do this, what they did with Fantastic Four, and have a montage of him fighting villains over the last 4 years, right?
The comic book cover stuff.
Yeah, which is what they've already said. That if you look at interviews, they've talked about with all these mini villains, how they recreated the comic panels, right?
Yeah,
With like Boomerang and what's it fucking called? Tarantula and Ramrod and maybe Scorpion. I hope the Scorpion thing's a bigger part because Michael Mando is so good. But
yeah, it looks really
and then
nice.
the hand is the thing that I'm just like don't know.
And we have him transforming as a spider.
It's like so much.
Man, but it all looks so great.
Yeah.
But I hope the story is really cohesive and really good. Because to me, that's what I've learned is like,
and I
need a good story.
I trust Destin Daniel Cretton to make good stuff.
And I expect it to be really good.
it's just it is really just so much going on, and like how much of it's going to be involved, right? Like that's the other question: who's the big bad, right? Like the trailers make it seem like Sadie Sink, Jean Grey, is the big bad,
and
it's going to be
not even yet confirmed Jean Grey, but it's probably Jean Grey.
It's 99.9% confirmed. I think it was just confirmed today. It's a known secret for a long time,
right?
But Sadie Sink seems to be the villain, at least as they're pitching it.
Yeah.
And obviously she's running from Severance guy, Tremel Tillman. I'm guessing he's DODC, which means he's most likely trying to capture the person with powers who has young, because that's what DODC does.
Okay.
So that's probably why she's rebelling and fighting again, and she becomes the villain. But
I'm
but
guessing,
it's just like, what is the hand doing?
Well, that's where I'm guessing
everything makes sense except for the hand.
I think she's gonna be a villain for like the first
like 2/3 and half. That's what I feel.
2/3, and then she's gonna help them.
That's it. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be that. It's just the question is, again, just like, what is the hand doing in this movie?
Why is she trying to contact Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Why does she care about Spider-Man?
If I were to guess, it seems like they're going to do the Punisher teenage girl thing, which seems to be pretty common with the John Bernthal character.
Yeah.
Which, him protecting Sadie Sink, because that was in the other trailer, which would explain how Spider-Man knows him, or Spider-Man meets them.
Yeah.
Right. But again, it's just like how much street level
and Ned factor in. How much, it's going to be very interesting, but I'm excited. I mean, it's going to be awesome. I'm pumped for it.
Yeah. It's going to make so much money.
It's going to
People online are debating if this is going to make more money than Doomsday. It's not even a question.
Spider-Man's just so popular.
This movie is going to I'm calling it now, and I will be checked on this in the comments. I'm thinking that I'm being recorded saying this, which is crazy. I'm calling it now that this movie will make twice the amount of money than Doomsday.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's
not.
Gonna blow. I mean, it's over the summer. Like,
yeah, it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man just does better than everything.
I mean, Spider-Man and Batman are the sellers of all superheroes.
It really is. Spider-Man and Batman and Hulk are the big three.
Yeah, because Hulk just gets you excited. Oh, Hulk, you know? And we haven't seen him for so long.
And that's the thing, is like DC has their trinity, right? It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Batman is everything.
Yeah.
Superman tries to be everything. And I think they finally nailed it with this first movie.
Yeah.
With the movie this year, or the David Cornstalk movie.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, nobody in the comics can decide who it is.
Yeah.
It's either she's either knockoff Batman or knockoff Superman. Because Batman is offense, Superman is defense. Batman's a cop, Superman's a firefighter. What is Wonder Woman? Sometimes she is a badass, like in the first Wonder Woman movie, and then other times she's very much a lover, not a fighter, which is also equally valid, like the second Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
But if you go in the comics, they go back and forth.
Yeah.
Marvel's the same way, right? Iron Man is Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Captain America is Captain America.
Yeah.
What is Thor? Sometimes he's a badass warrior from a different planet. Sometimes he's comedic, like in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's interesting, though, when you look at Marvel, and this is the thing, and this is specifically the 90s era, but it's like the Marvel Trinity, until the movies, no one cared about Captain America and Iron Man.
No.
I mean, he was Civil War.
Spider-Man was the only relevant Marvel hero.
It's Spider-Man, Hulk, and Wolverine are the big three.
Yeah,
those are the big three that general audiences everywhere across the world
would have known prior to MCU.
Yeah. Even still, you can show a picture of Wolverine, Hulk, or Spider-Man to anybody who speaks any language, and they will know what it is.
Yeah.
And they will go out and see it.
Yeah.
They may not understand Captain America. They may not understand Iron Man. They definitely probably won't understand Thor. But they will know Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk, and they're just on. It's a different level.
Yeah.
It's one of the things where those three characters are like, oh, I could definitely see, like Batman and Spider-Man, I could definitely see a world in 100 years from now where we have 15 different people play Wolverine. We got really lucky that Hugh Jackman played it the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it hasn't been rebooted 4 times like Spider-Man has.
Yeah.
It could. Just like Batman. There's so many Batman movies. And it never gets old somehow.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. It is crazy.
Certain characters just
they just work, man.
Yeah.
I think I just think
Spider-Man is just so crazy.
Spider-Man works too for every age.
Yeah.
Like there's little boys that love Spider-Man. There's grown dudes who are like Spider-Man's so freaking cool. Like it just works.
Yeah.
Always. And so yeah, I think this movie's gonna be really good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited. How many people are in a Mount Rushmore? We're saying 4 or 3.
So we're gonna do Mount Rushmore
4
of heroes from Marvel. Then I think we'll do a DC.
Okay.
And we'll compare them. But 4 and then a 5th one for fun.
Okay.
Okay. And I did not prepare at all either.
Neither did I. So
this is like what comes out. Like what?
Yep.
What do I think? Here's 2 bona fide ones. We already talked about them earlier. But my Mount Rushmore. Well, I guess Marvel and DC. My DC Mount Rushmore has Batman on it.
Yeah.
My Marvel
has Spider-Man
on it.
You'd be stupid to
not
for either.
So if I look at Marvel, and a lot of my Marvel opinions really come from the MCU.
Yeah, and that's like most of my Marvel opinions come from the MCU, except for a lot of them have changed since I started reading the comics.
Yeah.
So like I'll go ahead because I've actually thought about this for a minute. So my top 4, at least top 3 are right now Captain America, Spider-Man. Because of the comics, I'm going to say Hawkeye because I love that because that's still my favorite book. I'm trying to think of a 4th. I have to get back to you on a 4th.
Okay, so mine
probably Daredevil.
Spider-Man for me. I think Iron Man is on my top 4.
I feel like that's how it always has split. You've always been an Iron Man guy. I've been a Cap guy.
But I do love Cap too. It's so hard to choose. Like if we look at Civil War, I'm all about like Cap side. Yeah. But I just love Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man.
Yeah.
He just hits for me in everything he does.
And that first movie is perfect.
It's so great.
Like,
perfect origin story.
Yeah, I'm not going to put him on my Mount Rushmore, but that first movie is an S tier if we were doing a tier list.
So I think Spider-Man.
It'd be in the movies
Iron Man,
up there for sure.
Who else would be on my? I think it's just as far as like my preference, Hulk.
Yep.
Because I love Hulk. I've always, as a kid, that was one of the heroes I feel like I saw the most.
Yep.
And I do love Hulk. And then I feel like my 4th ones rotate around. Like there was times like Thor was my favorite.
Yeah,
but Thor's not my favorite. Like
the 4th one does rotate, which is what I'm interested in. Right. And that's what's hard to tell. It's so hard, right? Like because the side of Marvel that I lean towards is the street. I've noticed this is very much
street level.
Street level.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah, like I've tried to get into the cosmic stuff. The movies are great. Some of the comics are really fun, but the stuff that I lean towards is the street level stuff. Is the Daredevil Bolt. So honestly, maybe my 4th one would be Bullseye. It's like I want to put an X-Men on there. It's like I want to pick like Nightcrawler or
that's gotta be your number, your flex.
And that's the thing that's the thing like flex, right? It's like the 4th one would be it varies between Daredevil Bullseye or Nightcrawler. Gambit, because those are my 2 favorite X-Men, 2 favorite street level outside of the ones I named.
Yeah. Well, it's hard
and
like
it really
not to put like Wolverine on that just because Hugh Jackman's so awesome and makes Wolverine super cool.
Yeah, Wolverine's really cool, but I never connected with the
character.
I was never connected.
I would agree with that. That I don't like. I deeper connection with the characters.
Yeah, and I respect everyone who does. Yeah. It's just,
but
there's other characters that connect me more.
I think Spider-Man for me for sure, Hulk for me for sure, Iron Man for me. Trying to think of like who else in the MCU like really stands out as like a bona fide like 4th. Like oh yeah, that's one of my favorite characters. I love. It's hard not to just like say the entire Guardians of the Galaxy group.
You can say the Guardians team.
I think the Guardians team would be like a 4th.
I think that's fair. It's not a character, but they're a character in themselves.
But who else is like up there? There's so many characters, it's hard to even think of one specifically.
Yeah. That's the hard part.
And it's just fun thinking about it.
Yeah, it is fun.
Well, actually, let me go here. Like, I'm gonna say Loki.
Okay.
I think MCU like. All my experience is Loki because I guess I didn't even really think about the villain side of things.
Yeah,
like Thanos was a great villain.
Yeah,
but like Loki's a great like villain but also hero sometimes.
He's
and then with all the extra stuff that's in his show, I think Loki would be my 4th.
Okay, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's valid.
Spider-Man, Hulk, Iron Man, Loki.
Yep.
And there's still plenty of other ones that I love.
Yeah, exactly. So, repeat mine for the camera. Captain America, Hawkeye, Spider-Man, and this is not the order, but Captain America, Hawkeye, Spider-Man, specifically Hawkeye from the comics.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner's great. They have not done enough with him.
Yeah.
And then I will go Bullseye.
Bullseye's cool. All of his scenes are awesome.
Yeah.
And if I was to throw a 5th random hero that I love, but not like I'm just doing like a 5th one that I like a lot, but it's not like that'd be my Mount Rushmore. Who would be like that character for me? Let's do like a 5th, like a side character, like not a main character in the MCU.
Okay.
But like who's like someone we really like as like a side character or a slightly smaller role.
I gotta think of that.
Yeah, I know, me too. There's one that pops in my head right away, but I'm gonna give it a second here and see what
it's
else.
Like I'm the only thing that keeps coming to my head, and I don't know if I agree with this, is Howard the Duck. But that's what's coming to my head.
Here's in my head, and I would say Nick Fury.
Yeah,
because he's not like full on. I feel like
he has.
In times he's been like a more main character, but I still feel like he's never been a main.
At least not
character.
in the movies.
Right.
Yeah, in the movies. We'll limit it to the movies because that changes things. That makes it easier.
Yeah.
Favorite side character in the movies. I feel like I'm leaning towards. If you're gonna go Nick Fury, I'll go Coulson.
Yeah, Coulson's awesome too.
Because watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it worked really well.
Yeah.
That show went off the rails, but he was the best. He was one of the better parts of that show.
And he was so good in just the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Like, you just love him. And he's in there.
Well, and this is part of it too, because I've been watching New Rockstars. Well, no, not New Rockstars. What is it? Freaking the place with Cojandro and
Real Rejects?
Real Rejects. They've been doing Road to Endgame rewatch. They just hit Iron Man 3, so I've been watching all of those with them, which has given me a chance
to kind of reflect on those older movies.
Yeah, so to rewatch the older movies, but watch the highlights of it, right?
Yeah.
And going back through those movies, man, Coulson was a huge part of those like for the lead up to Avengers.
Yeah.
The MCU would not exist without Coulson. The Avengers were formed after Coulson dies. He was the only thing. Because Nick Fury wasn't even in all first 4 movies, but Coulson was.
Yeah, you do kind of forget.
What
the lead up to Avengers was really like.
Yeah,
you do forget.
And when you rewatch all those, for the longest time recently, I thought that people were shitting on the recent MCU movies and that the B tier movies weren't as bad as people thought. And everyone was saying like, no, it's so much worse than it used to be. I didn't believe that until I started rewatching the old movies through YouTube. Yeah, the old ones were just generally higher quality.
Yeah,
like even the worst of the even the Thor, excluding like maybe Thor 2, Thor Dark World. Like even Iron Man 2 and 3 really hold up.
I still have a really good time watching all those because like to me the foundation of any movie for me now, like that I'm gonna judge. Is the story interesting? And are the characters really good?
Yes.
And like, if your main character, like Iron Man, is awesome,
he can
carry so much.
Yeah.
Where I'm just so entertained every time he's on screen.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, that isn't because
they really do hold. Like I used to think that Iron Man 2 and 3 were awful, and then rewatching them, they're like, no, they're actually better than some of the. Iron Man 3 is better than Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not in my top 5. Sorry, Coy.
Yeah.
But it is better than some of the Guardians movies.
Is he a big Doctor Strange 2 fan?
No.
Oh, okay.
When they were watching Iron Man 3, he put it as his second favorite MCU movie of all time.
Well, that's interesting.
Because he's a huge Iron Man head. And I understand where he was coming from, but I did not agree.
Yeah.
If
it's your favorite character, he's going to show up in your top.
Yeah, but that movie structurally is trying to do too many things, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's good, and looking back on it now that they fixed the Mandarin reveal, I like the Ben Kingsley thing more.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's just there's something with. It feels like they made 2 different movies, one with the Tennessee Kid and one with the rest of it.
Yeah,
and the rest of it was really good. The Tennessee stuff I liked, but I did not.
Because that's where he was like without a suit for a little bit.
I liked all those aspects of those scenes and the interactions. The character writing is great. It just does not feel like the same movie.
Yeah.
It's like we wanted a Christmas movie, but we're gonna do we're gonna do big Iron Man stuff in Florida, and then I guess Tennessee is not that far from Florida, but there's a moment where he's just like, oh, the compound, it just happens to me in Miami. It's Miami. You look at the drive. That's a 15-hour drive. You don't have an Iron Man suit. That's not an overnight thing.
He's got connections.
I guess, but still.
No, it's funny. I do. I love that old stuff. Because that's probably the stuff I've seen the most.
Yeah.
You know, when you like go back sometimes and check it out. But yeah.
Okay. So that's Marvel.
DC.
DC is different.
All right, so DC Mount Rushmore. I just played the Batman game.
Yep.
So I just played Lego Batman. I'm gonna go off on a tangent before I go here.
That's all valid.
Lego.
I need to get Lego Batman.
Dude, so
here's what I'm saying. After this.
Here's where I'm at with Lego Batman. I beat the game. I'm now just in the part where you collect all the collectibles around the map.
That's the best part.
The only thing that I miss from other games, Lego's Marvel Superheroes to me is still the best.
Huh.
For me, my favorite Lego game ever.
Okay.
But like, there's only like 7 playable characters in Lego Batman.
Oh.
So it's more specialized.
Interesting.
It's more it's like Arkham, the Arkham games.
Huh.
So it's not like a 200 character.
Oh, that sucks.
So you unlock a bunch of skins for like these 7 characters. So you unlock like 1966 Batman skins, and so I like it though. And the characters are more specialized. Like they all have gadgets and things.
Yeah.
But Lego Batman was like fun. The story sometimes like I kind of get a little confused because they're like trying to do a lot in the story, but playing out that story and all the homages they give is so good. They'll give homages to the original 1989 Batman. They'll give homage to Dark Knight trilogy, to the Batman stuff. And it's like, oh, I know. You know, it's like seeing the Easter eggs are like, oh, yeah, there it is. Dude, so my favorite Easter egg, and you're going to think this is hilarious because I know you'll understand this. Like, me and Sierra played it, but she wouldn't get it. There's a part where he goes, they combine like where is she?
Yeah.
But they make it, where is he? Because Batman's like looking for Bane or something. And he's like, where is he? Where is he? And then he's like, Bane, where is he? And then he goes, Martha. Why did I say Martha?
That's good.
And it was so, I'm like, I know where that's from. It was just so good. But anyway.
Here we go. Not to derail the conversation or change the starting thing. You want to get a controversial take. Who do you think is the worst live action Batman?
Oh, dude, I don't even know if I can actually give a good take on this because it's got to be one of the. It's probably like the Val Kilmer one, probably.
Yeah,
but I don't know because it's either Val Kilmer or George Clooney.
That's fair. I guess I will say this. I haven't watched the old ones,
and I haven't watched them enough.
Not recently enough. I guess that's fair. That's fair. So we'll pivot on because I guess we can't really speak to it.
But
cut this out.
But playing Lego Batman. So anyway, my whole thing, Batman's obviously on my Mount Rushmore. He's like probably over all superheroes my favorite.
Yep.
But playing the Lego Batman game was fun because all the references, the Martha references made me laugh. But he's just my favorite hero. I love his villains. I love a lot of their movies.
Yep.
Like I rewatched all the Dark Knight trilogy because of the game, playing the game. Man, is that trilogy so awesome.
Yep.
I just have an awesome time watching it. And The Dark Knight, to me, is just a perfect... Like, I love The Dark Knight.
Yeah, the second movie is...
My favorite movie. One of my favorite movies
the
ever
first one
in
or
general.
the second?
The second.
Okay.
Dark Knight, Joker.
Yeah.
I just love that movie.
Yep.
Like,
that's up there with Iron Man 1, I think, are perfect. Perfect comic book movies, Iron Man 1
It's so excellent, and the story's so deep.
And then probably Spider-Man with Doc Ock.
And I love his Rogues Gallery. I love... There's a lot about Batman I really like.
Yep.
Yeah, playing the game, there's some funny references in there and whatnot. But Batman's definitely, DC-wise, up there.
Yep.
Obviously, as like my number one. Now, Matt, I feel like because MCU is such a big part of my knowledge of Marvel, DC has not nearly as much in that.
Yes.
So there's less characters I feel like I can pull from.
You know what? Because of this, because we're not as knowledgeable on DC, let's make this interesting.
Yes.
Let's do snake draft model. So you pick Batman, so I can't pick him.
Okay.
So we go back and forth.
Okay. How many are we doing? 5? I feel like they always do 5. Or do we do... 4?
We'll
do 4 because it's Mount Rushmore.
We'll do 4, and then we'll do the same thing, right? We'll do 3 and then flux.
Yep.
So you pick Batman, I'll pick Superman.
Yep.
So you can't. So then
who would I pick as like my number 2?
Because I will say this to elaborate on the Superman thing. I thought I was a Batman head for the longest time. If you look at my comic collection, majority of them are every single Batman story. I've tried so hard. The Long Halloween stuff is amazing. There's some really good. His rogues are there.
Yeah.
I just there's something with the character I couldn't connect with.
Yeah.
But I was just like, for the longest time, like most people, I thought Superman was boring as hell. And I'm like, so I guess I have to be a Batman guy. And then the Superman movie came out, did him correctly. I then went back and reread the Superman comics. I'm like, oh, I'm a Superman guy.
Yeah.
Wonder why I never connected with Batman.
Right. Yeah.
On an intellectual level and from a film perspective, yeah, he's like by far he has the best rogues gallery, but there's something with the character I just couldn't connect with.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Superman.
Okay. I'm gonna say like I'm between probably 2 heroes. I feel like you have to go Justice League.
Yeah.
And who do I find more interesting? But I don't necessarily have crazy knowledge on these characters. But I would probably choose Green Lantern.
Okay.
I think Green Lantern. I think I would just go Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
But I love and the Lanterns movie or the show. Will be really
I'm excited for that. Because I don't know if
I think Sinestro's cool villain. I think the whole concept of the Lanterns and the look and the design.
Mm-hmm.
Blackest Night's really cool.
Have you read that?
I would like to read that book.
Okay. Same here.
That is one of my like, because for DC like, there's several arcs or like stories I want to read. Like that one's one.
Yep.
Another one's I already read Flashpoint.
Yep.
So like, that's one I would like to read. Brightest Day and Blackest Night.
Yep.
But I think Green Lantern, as far as like his look and just like the mythos of Green Lanterns and the different types of lanterns, like Green Lantern's probably my number 2.
Okay. That's hard. This is like because it's like you want to go Justice League, right? But then like the top 3, it's like I can tell you out of the character I'm interested right now, it's Martian Manhunter. But again, I don't know enough about the character.
Yeah.
Because you said Green Lantern, I'll say Martian Manhunter for now. Because I think they're equal.
Yeah.
In terms of their popularity.
And then I'm gonna go Flash.
Okay.
Because like that's who I was torn with. I was like, do I go Flash?
Yeah, that's where I was like, do I go Flash?
But like for Flash,
because that's where it's hard, right? I haven't read enough Flash stuff.
Well, and
the TV show was my childhood.
Yeah.
So like Flash is great.
Well, that's where Flash is one of the things that got me into superheroes.
Yeah.
Like the first couple seasons of the Flash show.
Yep.
But like now, I'm like I don't really think I'm a Flash guy.
Here's the way that
I just don't know if I like multiverse stuff, depending on what it is. It just with the Flash especially, I feel like sometimes it gets really confusing. And the comics I have read, which I haven't read a ton of Flash, but like I was reading, whatever the newest Flash series that started, not Absolute, but like the last time they rebooted the Flash, I started reading that and I just couldn't get into it. I'm like I just can't get into it. But like Flashpoint's really cool.
Yeah.
But I go back and like I would have to watch like the show again. I think if I watched the show, I'd be like, ooh yeah, like early Flash I really like. But
he has really good rogues too.
Yeah, he's got a good rogue gallery.
I'm trying to think of who.
And he's just a big part of
that. Here's the way that I see Flash is there's the multiverse stuff and there's the non-multiverse stuff. Flash is a really interesting character. He rarely gets the spot, like at least in terms of the Justice League.
Yeah.
You can't have the Justice League without the Flash.
No.
He's the ultimate B-level side character who's always there.
Mm-hmm.
And he adds you can replace the comedic relief with other people. But if you're doing the core Justice League, you can't, like if they were to do the core Justice League that was the big 3, Green Lantern and somebody else who was a different comedic character who not the Flash, it wouldn't feel the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the multiverse stuff does get very complicated. Let's see, who else have I said though? Yeah, I gotta think about this.
So Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Flash.
Yeah, the question is that's like I can.
It's like after the Justice League, it's like,
and that's where it's like I've watched a lot of DC. Like again, my DC knowledge. Most of my books I'm reading now are DC.
Yeah,
but because they've been doing better than Marvel. right now in comic book wise. But like again, I know the Justice League animated stuff and the Arrowverse more than I know anything else.
Mm-hmm. And Batman, like Batman,
and Batman
for me, like I feel like I know a good amount of Batman.
Oh yeah, I could tell you everything about Batman.
Yeah,
because like I said, for the longest time, even though I tried to connect with the character, I still read everything.
Right.
And the movies are by far some of the best movies.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say Aquaman. I'm not saying he couldn't be cool, but he hasn't been. He took Green Lantern out. Trying to think of another interesting character. I think Booster Gold can be really interesting.
Ooh, okay.
He's a fun character, but I don't know if I would put him on Mount Rushmore.
You could go villains too.
That's what I'm like trying to think of villains. Who's the best villain? You know what? Let me look up. This is going to be a cheat code.
You almost can't use like a DC villain. Like you almost couldn't say Joker.
No,
Joker's Batman.
Yep.
You know, like they're
Justice League members.
You can go Starro.
That'd be fun. In terms of the movies, what have been good? Because there's a lot of good Suicide Squad characters.
Yeah.
I won't say Harley. I like Harley, but she's not my thing. Not all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes she can be a bit abrasive. Let's see. Shazam, plastic. I'm going to save that for my fourth. You know what? I'll say Green Arrow because of the TV show.
Yeah.
He's in the TV show. He's trying to be Batman.
Yeah.
They're writing him as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Green Arrow.
Okay, so I get my number 4 here. I'm not even going to go villain. Trying to think. Let me think like Injustice.
Yeah.
Because I know Injustice kind of. Who is really compelling or interesting in...
I will say, it's up to you whether or not you want to upload this one. This one might get us a bit flamed.
No, that's all right. I like flamed.
Okay.
Charbroiled.
Maybe keep the shorts to the other ones. Adam's fun.
DC.
Oh yeah, Detective Chimp is technically DC, isn't he?
Detective Chimp?
Yeah, they made that what's it called? The Hulu animated show.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, it's just a monkey who runs around as basically Monkey John Wick.
Monkey John Wick. Let's see. What did I like? Is it like I feel like DC was like my first joy.
What did I just say?
Who else is compelling?
You know what? I'm changing my answer.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna I'm gonna replace Martian Manhunter with Supergirl because that book was really well written.
Okay. Yeah, in honor of the movie coming up.
In honor of the movie.
In honor of the movie.
That movie changed my perspective on that character.
Or the book.
That book.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna.
Why is this so impossible? In my head, it wasn't impossible.
Yeah.
As a non-DC.
So I will say
super enthusiast.
Yeah. While you're thinking, I'll say my 4.
So, yeah, you say your 4.
So, keeping Superman, keeping Supergirl. I'm going to put back in Martian Manhunter, and then I'm going to say Plastic Man is my favorite B-side character.
Okay. Plastic Man. Ooh, you know who I'll say? I'll say, I'm going to say Cyborg.
Okay.
I like Cyborg.
That's fair.
Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, Beast Boy and Cyborg are there.
Yeah, Cyborg's cool.
I really hope.
And he's just an interesting character too. Like he ends up being really important in a lot of things. So probably Cyborg. But
I really hope we get a good.
We just need like a decade worth of DC live action.
Yeah, we need.
And we are going to be in a great spot.
And I don't know if we'll ever get there.
Yeah, I know.
Because of, but I think we're the closest we've ever come with James Gunn stuff.
Yeah.
Because I am hyped. I still don't think Supergirl's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be good.
Yep.
I'm worried about the villain, but everything else looks amazing.
Yep.
Lanterns is going to be great. Superman 2 is going to be great. Clayface is going to be
awesome. I can't wait for Clayface.
I still here's a wholehearted take for the TikToks. Everyone says that the Superman universe, James Gunn, and that the Robert Pattinson Batman universe should not be the same universe. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Yep.
I've told you this take, and I'll put it on the internet because screw it. I think the way to approach it, because I understand the tonal issues and I understand the technology dispute, the way that I see it is you treat the Robert Pattinson trilogy like the year one comic book stories and set it 10 years or 15 years before Superman exists. That way you can have those 3 movies be completely separate trilogy. The story is untied to anything, gives Matt Reeves liability to do whatever he wants. And by the end of that trilogy, that's the Batman we see going forward.
Yep. Well, and I just, it feels like why not? And I just love
it feels like too much of a layup, and it just feels too stupid. I recognize the argument. I understand the argument.
But you just can't have 2 live action Batmans at one time.
They've tried. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
And Pattinson is so good, and everything about that universe is pure comics Batman. You can treat it like they do in the comics, and every different mini universe has its own feel and tone and visual look. And yet somehow they come together and tonally doesn't feel anything like the original books, but the Justice League works.
Yeah.
And it just feels too complicated.
Yeah. And I think the one side of Robert Pattinson's Batman that people still need to see is him as Bruce Wayne more.
Yeah, and I think
if they just do that in the second movie,
I feel like that's the
everyone
arc.
will be set.
That's the arc they set up at the end of the first movie.
It's like he's kind of seen how he can be a light and a dark.
Well, at the end of the movie sets up him. He's like, he's no longer, because he was going by vengeance. He's now Batman.
Yeah, because
he's trying to be more of a hopeful figure than pure fear.
Yep,
and that's how you get the Bruce Wayne persona.
For sure.
And that's why I think it's like he's Batman right now, but you treat it like year one and just say at the end of the 3rd movie, he's classic comic Batman. He's, the Bruce Wayne persona's figured out. His rogues galleries all existed. He has his relationships with Jim Gordon and Two-Face figured out. There you go.
Yep. That'd be cool.